The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
A warm welcome to all my dear 9th standard children. So how are you all? First of all, let us all be very positive and pray Almighty for a normal life so that we can all lead a normal life which we did in our previous years. So my sincere prayers for all of you children and your family members too. Okay? So we'll move to the topic, today's topic. Before that, what did we learn in our previous class? Yes, it was about oxidation and reduction or redox reactions, where oxidation and reduction happens simultaneously. We understood what is oxidation number. It is equal to valency, but it carries a charge also, either positive or negative, isn't it? So this week we are going to learn a new topic, that is the rate of a chemical reaction. What do you mean by rate here? Atom can be easily compared with family life. What is there inside an atom? Protons and neutrons and electrons. These protons and neutrons are found inside the nucleus. They are VIPs, very stable. Whereas electrons are the one who revolve around the nucleus. They take orbits, isn't it? And they are the one who take part in chemical reactions. Whereas protons and neutrons are very stable sitting inside the nucleus. Yes, now you can compare it with our family life. Yes, in our family, one or two will be the breadwinner. Others, yes, they sit very stable at home. That doesn't mean they are useless. Yes, they are also the most important component of a family life. Just like protons and neutrons, they make up the mass of the entire atom. They are the one who give weight to the atom. The other members, other than the breadwinners, the other family members give beauty to the family life, isn't it? They are the one who make the family life stable. So whatever we learn, I think it can be compared with family life so that it always sits here in your memory, isn't it? So here today we are going to study about the rate of a chemical reaction. An external force can definitely improve the quality of a family life. Yes, your life is moving very stable, but how can you improve the quality of a family life? Yes, the others who are supporting the family can also support by cutting down the unnecessary expenses, supporting to save whatever is being earned. A particular amount should be left for savings. Gurukulam is one institution which has initiated with this project. It was 50-30-20. I hope you would have heard about it. What is that 50-30-20? Whatever you earn, 50% goes for the monthly expenses. 30 goes for savings, 30%. And the remaining 20% you keep in reserve only for essential requirements, or else it will come back to savings, that is 30%. So this was a plan given out by the institution, our SMAPI Gurukulam, for all the parents who come for admission here, isn't it? It was a wonderful plan. So the same applies here. The rate refers to the quality of a chemical reaction. How can you end up with the product fastly. What is a chemical reaction? In a chemical reaction, there will be reactants and products. So we are expecting good quality products in a chemical reaction. So how do you end up with good quality products? That is all about the rate of a chemical reaction. Before that, what is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is all about the mixing up of atoms of different elements. Yes, in periodic table we have 118 elements. All these elements are made up of atoms, that we know. And these atoms, different atoms of different elements, they combine, isn't it? That is what we saw in chemical bonding. Why do they combine? Yes, they combine to get that magic number. What is that? 8 electrons in their outermost shell. So for that purpose, they all these elements tend to combine so that they all become stable, just like the noble gases in the 18th group, isn't it? For a good family life, lot of savings should be there, unnecessary expenses should be cut. All that will improve the quality of a family life. How will you improve the quality of a chemical reaction? Many factors are there. For example, nature. What is nature? Nature refers to the nature of the reactants. They are the one who yield the products. So the nature of the reactants, concentration of the products. What is the meaning of concentration? Density. Okay. So temperature plays a major role. Surface area, and lastly catalyst. So children, we are going to learn about all the factors which are going to influence the rate of a chemical reaction. The first factor is nature of reactants. For that, let me take dilute HCl in 2 test tubes, and we are going to add magnesium in one test tube and zinc granules in another test tube. So children, I have taken equal amount of dilute HCl in 2 test tubes. To one test tube, I am going to add magnesium. I am going to add magnesium ribbon to dilute HCl. You can see the reaction. To the second test tube, let me add zinc granules. So this is zinc. So I am going to add zinc granules into dilute HCl. You can look at the reaction. Is there any reaction? Very little bubbles are seen here, isn't it? So you can see both the reactions happening here. The magnesium is still reacting. I can feel the heat of this test tube. Whereas the zinc granules, there is a very slow reactions, very little bubbles are coming out. So these are the reactions of dilute HCl with magnesium ribbon and zinc granules. Both you have observed. Now tell me children, which has reacted faster? Was it zinc granules or magnesium ribbon? So this is the reaction which happens fast. Here the rate of reaction is increased. Why? Because of the nature of the reactant. What are the reactants here in this test tube? Magnesium ribbon and dilute HCl. What are the reactants here? Zinc granules and dilute HCl. So the nature of reactants will play an important part for influencing the rate of a chemical reaction. Magnesium is more reactive than zinc. That is why the reaction was faster in the first test tube, isn't it? So the nature of reactants plays an important role in increasing the rate of a reaction. What is the next factor? Concentration. Okay, let me take dilute HCl and concentrated HCl, and we will add magnesium ribbon to both. So children, I have taken concentrated HCl in this beaker. Now I am going to add magnesium ribbon. This is magnesium ribbon. So into this concentrated HCl, you can look at the reaction. So the reaction is much more faster than what we saw in dilute HCl. So you can see the fumes coming out. Here the reaction is much more faster than dilute HCl. Yes, you can see the fumes, and the test tube is much more hot. So here the concentrated HCl with concentrated HCl, magnesium reacts more speedily. Okay, so here it reacts very fast. What did we see here? Here we took dilute HCl. We already saw the reaction of dilute HCl with magnesium. I took concentrated HCl in a test tube and added magnesium ribbon to it. So comparing both, we observed that the reaction was much more faster in the test tube which contained concentrated HCl. What do you mean by concentrated HCl? Yes, the HCl liquid, that is the solution, hydrochloric acid solution, is much more dense or concentrated in this test tube. Here concentration refers to more number of molecules. Dilute HCl contains less number of hydrochloric acid molecules, whereas concentrated HCl contains more number of HCl molecules. That is the difference here. So concentrated hydrochloric acid means more number of HCl molecules. So what did we understand? The concentration of the reactants will influence the rate of a chemical reaction. So we have studied two factors. One is nature of the reactants, that may plays a major role, and the concentration of the reactants also will play a major role in influencing the rate of a chemical reaction. Children, the third factor is temperature. For that I have taken a reaction here, sodium thiosulfate. So sodium thiosulfate reacts with HCl to give sodium chloride, water, sulfur dioxide and sulfur. How can you improve this rate of this chemical reaction? Just by heating the test tube which contains sodium thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid. When you heat, what happens? All the molecules which take part in chemical reactions, they have to possess a particular amount of kinetic energy, and this energy we call it as threshold energy. So what happens? The threshold energy of all the atoms gets increased. So threshold energy, if it increases, what happens? The colliding of atoms collide with each other. That increases, the rate of that colliding increases and the reaction happens faster. So that will improve the rate of this chemical reaction. It is always like that. Temperature always improves any reaction. For example, you are drying clothes on a sunny day. What happens? It dries faster. Whereas during winter or rainy season, what happens? The clothes do not dry fast because the temperature is lower. The same way cooking also we can say. The cooking gets faster when the flame is kept high. Whereas when you bring down the flame, the cooking process becomes slow. So temperature will always facilitate the rate of a chemical reaction. So that is the third factor. And the next factor is surface area. For that, let me show you a reaction where we are taking dilute HCl and calcium carbonate. What is calcium carbonate? Marble. So we will take that. So children, I have taken dilute HCl here. I am adding a little calcium carbonate. It's powder form of calcium carbonate to this test tube. You can see good reaction, isn't it? A very good reaction between dilute HCl and calcium carbonate. Here I have added calcium carbonate in powdered form. Suppose calcium carbonate is being added in solid form. So if I add it in the rock form itself, if I add it as rock into dilute HCl, what happens? Do you think the reaction will be as fast as I showed you now? No. So what happens here? Yes. Here the surface area plays an important role. Surface area. The surface area of the reactant plays an important role here. When you powder the calcium carbonate, more surface area is being exposed there, isn't it? The surface area of the molecules of calcium carbonate are the exposed more to the other reactant. Whereas if you take a block of calcium carbonate, the exposure is less there. The surface area is less exposed to the other reactant. The same we can compare it with firewood stove. Suppose you are cooking in a firewood stove. How do you make a firewood stove? By keeping wooden logs, isn't it? Suppose the wooden logs are in big blocks. Will the stove give a quality fire? Will there be good fire? After some time you can see smoke coming out, isn't it? So how will you make a good firewood stove? You have to make the logs into slits. You have to cut the wooden logs into thin slits. Usually we see that the woodcutter will cut the big logs into thin slits. They will dry it, and then these thin slits are used in firewood stove. So there, that exposure, the surface area is more. So what did we understand here? As the surface area increases, the rate of the reaction also increases. If the surface area decreases, the rate of the reaction is also decreasing, isn't it? So that is all about surface area. We can relate one more example here. After washing clothes, how will you dry the clothes? You will spread it out. There the surface area of the clothes are more, it is increasing. If you spread out the clothes, surface area increases, therefore the reaction is also increasing. So surface area plays a very good role, okay, very important role in increasing the rate of a chemical reaction, okay. Now the last factor which influences the rate of a chemical reaction is catalyst. What is a catalyst? Yes, we have a very good example for catalyst. We have Hari Krishnan in our class. Hari Krishnan is a very good athlete, isn't it? Now let us assume that he is going to participate in a 1000-meter running race. Okay, he has to take at least 5 rounds in our ground, isn't it? Our ground has to be taken 5 rounds for Hari Krishnan to complete that 1000-meter race. So being friends of Hari Krishnan, how are you going to support him? Yes, you will stand in one side and you will say, yes, Hari Krishnan, come on, hurry up, you will say. So there you are acting as a catalyst to bring out good result, isn't it? So these are catalysts. Catalysts can influence or increase the rate of chemical reaction. Not only increase, they can also decrease. They can influence a chemical reaction, but without reacting with the reactants. Okay, so we will take an example. Here H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide cannot be preserved in a laboratory. Why? Because it easily decomposes into water and oxygen. For easy decomposition, you have to add a catalyst. What will you add? Manganese dioxide. So if you add manganese dioxide, this reaction becomes faster. So hydrogen peroxide decomposes into water and oxygen at a very faster rate. So it cannot be, if you add MnO2, you cannot preserve hydrogen peroxide in laboratories. But usually hydrogen peroxide has to be preserved. We need hydrogen peroxide for many other purposes. We need this reagent. So how can we preserve this reagent, or rather how can we arrest this reaction? By adding a negative catalyst. This is a positive catalyst because it increases the rate of this chemical reaction. So how can you decrease the rate of this reaction? How can you arrest this decomposition of hydrogen peroxide? By adding a negative catalyst. What is that negative catalyst? H3PO4. This is the negative catalyst. What is this? Phosphoric acid. So phosphoric acid acts as a negative catalyst, whereas manganese dioxide acts as a positive catalyst. So positive and negative are there everywhere, even in life, right? So these are the factors which influence the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay, I hope you have understood the topic. So before winding up, let me give you a quick recap. We studied, what did we study? We studied how is the rate of a chemical reaction influenced. The various factors are nature of reactants, concentration of the reactants, temperature, surface area and catalyst. Catalyst can be positive as well as negative. Nature. Based on the nature of the reactants, the reaction may be fast or slow. If you increase the concentration of the reactants, yes, the rate of the reaction is going to be fast. Temperature always improves the rate of a chemical reaction. Surface area, if the surface area increases, the rate of reaction is also increasing. If the surface area decreases, the rate of the chemical reaction comes down. And catalysts, there are positive and negative catalysts. Positive catalyst increases the rate of a chemical reaction. Negative arrests the rate of a chemical reaction. It will slow down the chemical reaction. So, we are concluding the chapter here. One more part is left out, that is, let us assess. We will see. Some chemical equations are given below. C plus O2 gives CO2. So, you can see 7 chemical reactions are given there. So, children, this is the assignment for you. Which of these are balanced equation? If the equation is unbalanced, you have to balance unbalanced equation. So, which among these are redox reactions? For that, you have to write the, oxidation and reduction reactions. You can use either oxidation number, or you can look into the ionic equations and find out if it is a redox reactions. The chemical reaction between marble and dilute HCl is given. So, you can see the chemical equation given there. Which gas is formed here? Yes, carbon dioxide is a gas. How can you identify this gas? By, if you show a matchstick to that, it will be put out. So, CO2 always puts out fire. Suggest any 2 ways you could choose to increase the rate of this chemical reaction. Explain the reason. So, how can you improve the rate of this chemical reaction? You can either, increase the concentration of HCl or increase the temperature. You can heat the test tube where CO3 and HCl are taken. If you heat the test tube, the reaction is going to be faster. Sulfur pieces do not react with cold concentrated nitric acid, but sulfur powder reacts, as we saw in calcium carbonate. Sulfur pieces will not react. Explain the reason. Yes, if you are taking sulfur blocks, pieces, there the surface area is less. So, the reaction is slow. But if you take sulfur powder, the surface area is increasing. So, the reaction is also fast. Suppose you want to increase the rate of the reaction again. Which way would you choose? After making into sulfur powder, even then you want to improve the rate of the reaction. So, what will you do? You just heat the reaction. So, if the temperature is increasing, the rate of the reaction is also increasing. Okay? So, write down all these in your files. Small amounts of phosphoric acid is usually added to hydrogen peroxide to prevent its decomposition, as we saw here. So, what is the function of phosphoric acid here? Phosphoric acid, arrests or delays the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. By which name are these type of substances known? So, phosphoric acid is a negative catalyst. Which substance would you add to increase the rate of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide? So, to improve the rate of hydrogen peroxide, you have to add MnO2, manganese dioxide, which is a positive catalyst. So, children, here we are concluding this chapter. This chapter has been very interesting, I think. So, copy down all the answers which is given in Let Us Assess and send it to me as early as possible. Bye for now. We will meet in the next video session.